I think we're live.
We are. I
Yay.
turned the Wi-Fi off instead of the Bluetooth, and I was hearing double in the background. I'm like, this doesn't work.
Yeah, you got to mute this stuff every once in a while. That's right, though, because we make things work, as we always do. It might be goofy, but we always give it a shot. You
I
just
know.
have to go around and mute everything and make it so that it works, and it'll all work out in the long run.
Well, welcome everybody to another edition of Mid-States Live with Brent and myself. And our guest tonight is Mr. Willy Washington. And Willy is
The man.
lives out by Fort Campbell. Actually, he said literally like right across the street. So that's cool.
Nice.
So we got a great show tonight. Obviously, our guest is Willy Washington, diecast Hall of Famer, and a super, super cool guy. Very, very easy to talk to and get along with. We will talk a few local things that are going on around that we have coming up.
What's up, Nick? What's up, Rick and James?
William, how are you? There is a show going on this weekend. You would have to go visit the page that's on for more information because I really don't have too much info about that one. So let me see here. Let's see who else we've got going on here. Hi, alohas to everybody. Not much, Rick. There, like I said, there is another show that's going on. No, James, we will not be in Omaha this weekend. I have family in town. My daughter's visiting, and
I leave town in the morning. So.
Yep, and Brent's on his boat ride. No, Willy is not in Omaha. He is live via StreamYard. What they used to say is live via satellite, but we are just doing the.
I think we're past satellites at this point. It's all digital now. So
right.
One thing I did notice that came out this morning was that we're doing selections again.
Yes.
I was pretty excited to see that, and I obviously I think I have a good idea which one's gonna win, but I mean, that was just, I only seen two cars, and that's all that it's for. It's for the 64 adjustable suspension Impala and the 72 HT Skyline 2000 GTR with the opening hood. So, I mean, I'm pretty much going for the 64 Impala, which should be no surprise to anyone.
And my choice is not a big surprise either.
No, and sadly, at this point in time, you're in the lead.
Sadly, at this point in the time, you're behind.
I know, right? That's kind of a bummer. I was hoping that it was going to be like a landfall victory for the Impala, but looks like we might be getting another Skyline. Yay. It's all right. It ain't over yet. We still got time. It just started. So, as always, go out and get your votes cast if you're an RLC member. It's always cool to get to help design something. So that's always a good time. So,
yeah, Ken Sleeth had a great. Him and I were going back and forth today on the page about the selections cars and wanting to pick something different. And he was hoping for maybe another 190E, and I had come back and said, well, let's do the 560 while we're at it. And I think that would be an awesome choice. But, just different in general. I'm glad they're doing a second selections car, though. I am very happy with that. Yes, yeah. Impala.
Definitely got to go with the Impala on this one.
So
will it win? Maybe. You never know.
Another announcement tonight or tomorrow. Well, could be. Yep. I mean, Nuclear Minds had some really, really awesome cars that they put out here, I think, for their wonderful week. their Disney weekend in Orlando. Wonderful Weekend of Wheels, I think is what they called it. I'm probably messing that up. I'm sorry.
It happens.
August 19th, we will be in Omaha ourselves, doing our own show at the Electrical Union Hall. It's technically Millard, but it's right off of L Street. So come out
like
with that.
132nd L area, so it's pretty much Omaha. You can call it Millard. It's literally one of those. You drive across the street, you're in Omaha. You drive across the street, you're in Millard. It doesn't matter. It's like La Vista, Ralston, Papillion. It's all Omaha. Just easier to say that. So.
Yep, and there's a Target and a Walmart nearby too. So feel free to peruse those before you come visit us. That's going to be 70 tables of diecast happiness for everybody. $20 a table. We have, I think, close to 25 tables already reserved. We have plenty of room. Limit of 4 until the week of the show, or if we decide to pull that limit early, which we've done the last couple of times.
Mm-hmm. And the neat thing is it's only been available for like a day, and we've already sold out a third of the show. So that's always a good problem to have. So if you're on the fence and you want to sell, come drop us a line there on the page and get on board. So because it'll go quick. So
yes, free admission as always. We do not plan on changing that ever. Any mid-state show is always free to get in. There is a $4 trader fee, but we might do something like we did last time and waive the fee if you bring some cars in to donate for Children's Hospital, either here in Omaha or in Sioux City. So,
31.
That's another
Sorry,
31, okay.
31 tables have already sold out. So, and that's in one day. So,
Jaden, Antonio, it's both good to see you. Yes, free parking as always.
Yep.
Let's talk about our guest. And if you guys got more questions about about our Omaha show, we will be more than happy to answer them. We will have some giveaways, both for vendors and for folks attending. They'll have our awesome 32-foot track that will be, I think, hopefully in all of its final glory. And let's see, just a chance to get together and have fun, and hang out with friends. That's the big thing that we want to do. We want to get all of our peeps from around the area to come hang out with us. But let's get into Mr. Willy. Let's talk about Mr. Willy. So, Brent, what do you know about Mr. Willy Washington? You've known him a little bit longer than I have.
And I know I'm going to screw up all these facts because I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare for tonight. I kind of was running behind. But I've known Willy through Facebook for, good Lord, it's got to be at least about 6-7 years now. I finally got to meet him in Atlanta, I want to say, or well, no.
Yeah, it was Atlanta.
Yeah, it was Atlanta. And no, it was Columbus or Charlotte. And then it was Columbus again, was the second time I got to hang out with him. He is part of the Hall of Fame. He's got a huge ring on his finger. He's basically, he's one of the major, he knows his variations. He knows pretty much if you need to ask him, you need somebody to ask about Hot Wheels, if Zornok's unavailable, Willy's a pretty good guy to talk to. I have gone to him with a few questions that I have had over the years, and it has helped me out tremendously. He has an amazing collection. He has stuff that I have never seen before, and he knows the stories that go along with those cars, and I'm pretty excited to be able to sit down with him for a while tonight and learn a little bit more about the man, the myth, and the legend that is Willy Washington.
Sweet. I was going to say something and I can't remember. We were talking before the show and you missed a great conversation that we were having. But some of the knowledge that I just learned by listening and seeing some of the stuff that was in the background, I was like, Yeah, there's really, really cool stuff. And he had one story he was getting ready to go into, but he was going to save that. So we'll try to bring that up here in a second or a little bit later on in the show. He is already rolling in the background. We can see, as he's sitting there in the green room.
Yeah.
So, all
It's the
right.
blue. Didn't Zornok turn it into the blue room?
Oh, that's right. It is now the blue room.
Yep.
So, without further delay, let's bring on our guest for the evening, Mr. Willy Washington. Hi, Willy. How are you?
What's going on, brother?
How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. There we go.
There
It's in
we
the
have.
middle.
All right, Willy. What can you give us a brief introduction about yourself and tell us where you're from, what you do? Yeah, I know that one wasn't scripted.
Oh no. Originally I'm from Brooklyn, New York, but I was raised in Tennessee. Military brat as usual. Just love cars, and it's really not a lot to know about me. I'm an easygoing person. I like to think so, and I like to try to help anybody I can. Actually,
Nice. That's what we love hearing about. So, first question up at the top of the page, and again, there's going to be folks chiming in as well. Derek Hahn, how are you tonight? How did you get started collecting in diecast?
whoa, how I got started collecting. I came home from school one day. I have a '69 Camaro Super Sports, my first car. I love hot rods. So I was getting Hot Rod magazine in the mail, got an issue. I knew the older Hot Wheels was worth money, but didn't know some of the newer ones were. So I'm like, oh, wow. I go out to the garage, back the Camaro out. I'm like, go in the house, Mom, where are my toys at? She's like, oh, I thought you didn't want them anymore, so I threw them away.
No.
Classic story.
Yeah, and like I was telling you before, my sister, she mainly bought me all my toys. My parents did, aunts and uncles as well, and so did my brothers. But my sister was the main one. And she was like, if you tear them up, scratch them up, you're not getting any. So there was a lot of mint cars that got thrown away. And I'm like, oh my God. Yes.
Oh, man. I
And
would.
lots of play sets got thrown away as well.
Oh, that's hard to hear.
Oh, man.
Oh, I should have hit the like button. I'm going to hit the sad button on that one. You're not the only, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of sad buttons going off right now. Mr. Dave,
Yeah.
How are you tonight? I mean, that's a great story because your sister is sitting there looking out after you and helping you kind of grow your diecast knowledge. But yet at the same time, it's Mom!
Yeah, it's very true. And so, but that actually fueled me into going back to trying to get my childhood collection. And so that actually got me actually started. But when I started, I was just buying cars that I liked and trying to find some of them cars at the time. It was no internet back then. So yeah. So, trying to find certain things is like crazy compared to now.
So that kind of, again, it makes me come up with another question. How difficult was it before the internet to find, and I would say not before the internet per se, but, the availability and ease to reach out to the internet to find some of the things that you were looking for? How did you get in there and find some of those pieces?
Oh, flea markets and yard sales was the only thing we really had back then, and wasn't really a lot of toy shows around here at the time. And so it was like very difficult. And then as the more people I met, the more I got expanded with different people helping me find certain things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, seeing like with me, I we have a term that and throughout this used out the hobby where you get like kind of like a closet collector,
Mm-hmm.
where you have insanity, but nobody knows you have the insanity, and that's the way I was pretty much until about 6 or 7 years ago. Like I was very low key, nobody knew who I was, and I didn't even know what the RLC was until like 2016, 2017, because I just didn't know about it. And when I would find something out, I would just run with it. When I found South Texas Diecast, I went absolutely nuts, and I went down a rabbit hole that was very deep. And a lot of the stuff that's on my walls behind me now is because of South Texas and just finding that information out. And when I found out about the RLC, I joined the RLC in 16, and I haven't missed a sale since. So, but yeah, it's interesting how when you have no knowledge, you can gain the knowledge off of just the internet, which is insane. But what a lot of people don't know is go get those books. I'm a big
Yeah.
preacher and you get the books because
Yeah.
the prices are outdated, but the information is not. So
Yeah, information is never outdated.
No.
Then you also get to find stuff that's not in the books as you do your own homework as well. That's how it worked out for me.
yeah.
Okay, so we have a question that's come over from Hot Wheels TV. And I believe that was by Eddie Burke. He wants to know, what do you think about Facebook auctions sometimes? Are there good deals there?
And a lot of pages that I'm on, there's some very good deals. But then some pages I'm on, there's a lot of stuff that's blown sky high. But at the same time, it boils down to this for me as far as buying cars. None of these cars are worth anything but what we're to pay. And, we actually determine the price.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, we do. And I think that's a big lesson, I think, for a lot of newer collectors is just understanding it's only, like you said, as valuable as what you're willing to play or pay or play. Why do you like collecting diecast so much?
I'm a big car guy. I love cars. When I was a little kid, my uncle had a convertible GTO, and they said that when he had it souped up. When he used to come into the neighborhood, they said that I could hear him, and I would just jump up and down, run back and forth, and go crazy. He would come pick me up, and we would go riding. And that's where my love of cars actually came from. Most of my friends, they like lowriders. Some like the big wheel cars. I've always had muscle cars. And they was like, why do you like those cars? I was like, these cars is where it's at. They don't make them like this anymore. Now a lot of my friends, they're into older cars now.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of hot rods in general. I grew up when my dad drag racing as a kid. We were out at the quarter-mile drag strip every weekend, and he had a '65 Chevelle convertible, and and he had a fleet of '65s at one point. He had like 3 hardtops, 2 convertibles, and no, he had like I had that backward. He had 2 hardtops, like 3 convertibles, 2 two-door wagons, just a pile of Chevelles. It was great. So I agree with that, but I've got a sweet spot for them lowriders. Always have. So
Yeah, I mean, I like to see any kind of car, whether people agree with it, whether people don't. To me, I look at it like this: that's person's view, and I also look at it as what I would like to do and what I wouldn't like to do. But I don't knock whatever somebody does because
Right.
I feel like for me, anytime I have a conversation like this conversation we having, or even if I'm having a conversation with a kid, I feel like I'm supposed to learn something from that conversation. So that has opened up my eyes a lot since I started doing that.
I think deep down, everybody that's a Hot Wheel or I guess a diecast collector is a car person on some level. Whether you're a guy that can wrench on a car or design a car or just appreciate the art of the car,
Right.
it translates over to diecast as well.
and you can't forget about the ladies, because the ladies are in this hobby just as much as we are. So
Yes, they are.
some of them get converted by running into people like us. They're like, Will you do what? And then they're like, hey, I bought a Hot Wheel. It's like, what? So,
Yeah, I like bringing the guys out of the closet and letting them and kind of show them, hey, this is really cool. There's a great big world out here of fellow collectors like you. Come join us sometime. But we've got another question from the audience. Hot Wheel Hunter wants to know, you can only keep 3 cars out of your collection. Which ones and why?
That's a tough
dang.
one.
I don't even know what's in the collection. And I'm already thinking.
Man.
There's too many I can see over your shoulder right now and just go,
Yeah.
yep. Oh, wait, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, one I know for sure would have to be my 95 Camaro treasure hunts. Them because they were Father's and birthday, Christmas gifts for my kids. So those would definitely be it. But man, there's so many to choose from. I mean, it's like I have to say prototype I got from oh man, this is a tough one. I got from Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mini truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one right there. I couldn't let that one go, because out of the blue he was like, "Oh, what's your mailing address?" And I'm like, blah blah blah. And he was like, "Oh, when you open up this package, be careful." I'm like, "Huh?" And Chris Walker was an amazing guy, very amazing guy.
Yes, he was unfortunately.
I don't think anybody
I wouldn't know what
really.
the third. Well, third one would probably be.
Would it be number 271?
You know what? It probably would, but a friend of mine's had. He was getting out of blue cards, and he got rid of his collection. I didn't want to be the guy that'd be like, oh, I want to buy this and that, and only needed certain pieces. Well, he reached out to him, was like, man, how you been? I know you ain't been around in a while. And he was like, oh yeah, I sold my collection. He told me who he sold it to, and I was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, the guy's selling pieces. So I got in touch with him, and I started buying some pieces, and the piece that I wanted, he hadn't sold yet, and I really didn't know how to price it because at the time it was the only one I'd ever seen, and it's the yellow Diablo with black walls, and it's on a blue card, but the blue card's from Mexico. So when I bought some cards from the guy, my friend actually bought that card back from him and had it printed ROK to me.
Nice.
So
I've never even heard of a Lamborghini with black walls. That's awesome.
I was going to say, most of mine are ultra hots.
Yeah.
In fact.
And I seen 4 more, and they were all in Mexico, but they were all open. And until what's his name found the one on the American card, that was the only second carded one I've seen.
Wow.
I think I have that Diablo, but in ultra hot, not in the black wall, obviously. Next question is from Reagan. He wants to know, have you ever met Pee Wee Zarnock? Not Mike Zarnock, but Pee Wee Zarnock.
No, actually, I've talked to Mike Zarnock for years, and the first time I met him was a few years back in Atlanta when they had the Nationals in Atlanta. That was the first Nationals that I had went to. I've never been to a Nationals, never been to a convention, none of that. And people were shocked. But no, I've never met him, Pee Wee, but I've heard Chris and his wife talk about him.
He's a little out there, can be mischievous. He's got to have little Z to keep him in line there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rodney wants to know, what's your favorite casting?
Favorite casting is first gen Camaros. I like any kind of Camaro, but first gen. My favorite is 69, but Hot Wheels just recently started doing that. So, but Camaro most definitely.
Yeah.
That's Kent's favorite casting. He loves the Camaro, which makes this so much more fun.
Well, I like 55s too. 55s is my second favorite, but now I got me 257s, so the 57s are growing more on me.
I will say this. I do like the 85 IROC. I think they nailed that casting perfectly. So that is a very, very good one. Along with the generation body style before that. I like that one a lot too because, I mean, how could you not have one of those when you were a kid, either in Ultra Hots or Gold Hot ones?
Right.
You know, I think they even, did they do that one in Blackwell too? I think they did for some reason. I can't remember. But the red one with the, yeah. Here I'm saying, hey Willie, do you know what this one is? Like Willie doesn't know.
He's like, uh-huh.
Oh God, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shut up. Let's see. Let's get back into more questions. What's your thoughts on the Mega Force motorcycle? That was from Brian Howe.
The prototype. Yeah, it was a prototype. I wish they had to put it into production. I wanted prototype one so bad, but I missed the auction because I had to work, so I didn't get to get it. And I ended up getting Chris when he remade the ones out of resin, out of plastic. I ended up getting one of them in my collection. I also have the Mega Destroyers that Chris made as well.
Nice.
I
only have one.
The Mega Force holds a dear part in my heart because I remember me and my dad going to the drive-in movie theaters to see that. Yeah, that's how old I am.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mr. Chad Kirby says hello, sir.
Tell him I said
Lord.
hello.
We got Kirby in the house.
Yeah, Kirby's
now we're getting deep in the peanut gallery tonight. What's up, Chad?
Yeah. And then let's see, that was one that Chris made for you. And let's see, trying to catch up with comments here. Oh,
I hate this guy. I always dislike this question because it's always like too much.
Yeah, I get nervous about answering this one.
You don't want the wife to see it.
And on a car, and why?
Yeah, what you just said.
Yeah, the most I spent on one Hot Wheels so far. I spent $4,800 on one. That was $271. I was gonna buy a stainless steel and gold Yachtmaster Rolex, or I was gonna buy the $271. So I went with the $271. Yeah. Now my girlfriend says she's gonna buy me a Rolex. So it's
there you go.
You're winning.
Yeah, there you go.
You are winning.
Yes, most definitely.
Robin wouldn't do that. She bought a few cases for me, which I'm very grateful for because I needed them because they were starting to push out past the wall or the door.
Yeah, I'm single. I don't have anybody to buy me things. It sucks.
No, but
you got houses.
Yeah, I got a lot of cool stuff though. I'm very happy with my collection, and it always grows. So it's whenever you go to a toy show or you happen to find that random obscure car. That's my favorite thing is I always find those weird random cars that nobody knows what they are because I've done my homework over the years, and I found it's Camaro, the glow in the dark IROC from the track set. I found that in a quarter bin.
Wow.
So, and I actually did find the Cop Rod Silverado in a quarter bin too, but
dang.
I'm always digging through those loose bins. Well,
yeah, you're welcome to come hang out with us anytime, Willie.
Yeah, the best one I ever found, but I knew what it was, and I was like, all right, this I know shouldn't be in here because it was at a toy show. It was the '67 Camaro Golf RLC, and it had rolled from where he had it. It had rolled down into the quarter bin, and I was like, "Is everything in here is a quarter?" He goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Yes." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He goes, "Now you got me doubting it." And I flipped over my hand. He goes, "Oh God, no." I said, "Here," because there was nothing wrong with it, and I was like, "This is a." Now looking back, I probably should have kept it, but hey, whatever, you know.
Your integrity is everything. So
yes, this is true.
Lord Wiggins is in the house.
Joe? Yeah, all the legends in here tonight.
We got a good crowd tonight. I'm waiting to hear some more good stuff. And we haven't even made it to question 3. And speaking of question 3, do you collect anything else besides diecast?
Anything else besides diecast? Guns.
Yeah.
That's about it. Guns
Nice.
and real cars. That's about it.
Yeah.
Got,
Like I.
257 Chevys that I'm working on, but seeing how nobody wants to work anymore is waiting years to get some parts. Got my 69 still. Just picked up a square body Chevy, a 86.
Nice.
And other than that, mainly Hot Wheels is the main thing that I collect, though. That's what I have the most of.
I've got a 2017 GMC Acadia.
Oh, yeah. I got
you got a Dakota, though, too.
I got a 2017 Impala and a 2018 Toyota Corolla.
And I keep sinking lower and lower. But my best comeback is I got a 2000 Dakota 5-speed, which, if Mattel is watching, please make the 1989 Shelby Dakota. Yes. Or the convertible Dakota, please. And we got a 2011 GMC Terrain 4-cylinder. Them hamsters can really go. They can't even make it up the hill. I'm like, Robin, why do you keep going up that hill? Well, the hamster said they can make it.
I just got an 09 Silverado and my 79 Malibu. So,
Rick wants to know: are you going to bag the 86?
No, I'm gonna drop it. I need something to tow the 57, so no bagging. But I will drop it though.
There you go.
Mr. Brian Hetrick wants to know how we're all doing tonight.
He just tried to call me, so apparently he forgot that we were live tonight.
Future guest.
Yes, it's my brother.
All right. What's your favorite playset?
Whoa.
Because it's not like you have a few back there or anything.
Oh, my favorite playset. I'm gonna have to go with the Leo playset. I'm gonna have to go with that one.
Which Leo playset is it?
I only have one, and it's the Fun City.
So I don't even think I've seen a Leo playset before.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I have seen pictures. I think you've posted pictures of that one before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Speaking of pictures, every morning when you post that picture, it's a little bit of happiness because it's something like, yeah, I don't deserve to collect Hot Wheels.
No, we deserve to collect. We just need to strive to get better. We need to get to Willy level.
I mean, there's just some things in there that you show. I'm just like, yeah, he's just got that in his basement, like it's no big deal. Meanwhile, I'm here going, hey, look, I got the new RX-7 Savannah. I'm so good.
But
now my daughter loves that car.
But you got to admit, though, as I've stated, me and Ken have had this argument before. He's like, "Oh, your collection is better than mine." I think his is just as good as mine. It's like yours is dwarfing ours. But everybody has those pieces in their collection that they're super proud of, and that they are ecstatic that they own. It doesn't matter if you started collecting a week ago or if you've been in the hobby for 30 years. It's about having fun and enjoying the hobby, and finding those cars that nobody has or something like that. I mean, I have several cars that I know that I only have the only one of. So, and you have more than that, but
Yeah, but the funny part is when I meet people who's been in the hobby for a while and, they get to know me and they be like, oh man, your collection is so better than mine. But I tell them all the time, my collection is no better than yours. And I'm being genuinely honest with that because, a lot of people be like, yeah, I would love to have that. There's a lot of stuff in other people's collection that I would love to have. And, it's just like the crazy part is once I get a car that I've been hunting forever, it's like, okay, what's next? And I
Mm-hmm.
really forget about it. And, you know, they go like, oh, well, your collection is so amazing. But to me, I see it almost every day. So,
Yep. That's same
you
with
know,
mine and same with his. I mean,
Um, oh, sorry, Brent. Didn't mean to
no, I
cut
was
you off
just
there.
gonna say it's like, yeah, I mean, it's amazing, but this is literally like what, a 16th of my collection. It's on display, so
Yes.
it's like I got a lot of cool stuff. It's just all in boxes that I never get to see, and that's why I'm getting to the point where I think I'm gonna start getting rid of a bunch of stuff. So just to get it out
Okay.
into the world and let people enjoy that. So
Right. And the Venezuelan 380 is going to pop up here
would you
soon.
stop? Quit putting that out into the world, man.
See, did I tell you would not? That's how you would react.
Knock it off. I don't need any more 380s. I already got one lined up that I got to talk to Randy about.
All
I don't know. That
right.
was it.
Hot Wheel Hunter wants to know what's the top 3 collections you've seen.
top 3 collections that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Top 3, man. Randy's.
Hmm.
Don't let him trick y'all. Wiggins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
There's another guy. He's not on any social media, but his collection makes my collection look like I just started.
Wow.
Oh God.
He's an older gentleman. He's been collecting for years, but he has like red lines that he's never opened and look like he just found them.
Wow.
They're all just sitting on peg boards and protectors and play sets. And one more person, Clifford. Man, Clifford is the guy who got me started collecting what I call
Nice.
accessories. And man, his collection is amazing.
Nice.
That's awesome. What is the car that you love that is only worth something to you? So I guess basically there's no amount of money that'll ever make it disappear.
Oh. Oh, tough one.
I
Mine's in
mean,
the other room.
Yeah.
along with 46 others.
Yeah, but still, there's one that won't go away. I'll keep the one.
Man, one that won't go away. Yeah. Right now, it would probably have to be the gold wheel food service truck right now. That would have to be, because I never thought I'd get that thing, but I always tell people don't never say never, because if it's meant to be in your collection, it's gonna happen. You just have to be patient.
They always find a way.
Yes, they do.
We just had that conversation, yeah, the other night there, Willie. Ow.
And Kirby says, no, not Wiggins.
Yes, Wiggins.
All right. So while Brent's digging out for a car, oh, he's back.
I was going to show the one that will never go away.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Mercedes 380. This is the one. This was mine as a kid. I keep it next to I keep it next to my prototypes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, this one will go with me, but all the rest will go in the for sale box. So.
Did that have a little bit of blue paint on the bottom of it too?
And red, actually.
And red, yes.
That's how
you can tell.
Yep.
So moving on here, how would you like to see the hobby grow or change? Not how has it, but how would you like to see it?
It's growing, but I think it's to a point to where, like, a lot of us who's been in it for a long time, I think we need to help encourage more younger people in order for the hobby to grow. And, a lot of people, they talk about, oh, the JDM junk, but, we have to understand a lot of the people that's collecting Hot Wheels now, never seen the muscle cars that we have. Probably don't even know what some of the muscle cars we've seen are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's good, but with the to a degree, some of the internet's killing it because you're getting so many people getting scammed left and right. Then you getting a lot of like false information put out there, and just because it's on the internet, people believing it. Like the other day, somebody tagged me in a post about where the guy found the Firebird funny car with the 5 spokes on it, but there's an article with the top 10 rarest Hot Wheels, and they have that picture of that car as 271 instead of the correct car.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people get confused with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think it's up to us to try to keep the correct information going.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is the folks that have been in it for a while, like yourself and the Wiggins, the Kirbys, the Friends. Once that information, if that information doesn't get put out, I should say, it will eventually go away.
Yep.
Because it's all locked up here.
Right.
And I think we're in such a good place now in terms of documentation than when we were at maybe even 5-10 years ago.
Right.
Because we now have things like South Texas, the Wiki, Facebook here with all all the individual chapters and clubs and things like this, and what we're doing right now. So yeah, without that knowledge, we're not going to move forward. So,
right.
And the books. Oh yes, the books.
Yes, the
books that were printed 15, 20 years ago are the information's still correct.
Yes.
So that's what I always tell people. I'm like, go out and get a book, find the books, look through the books. But some of those books are, $300-400, and it's like, why am I paying $300 for a book?
Yeah,
because it's knowledge.
I know.
All right. Again, we are taking questions with Willie, so if you have one, pop them up there, and we'll run it up for you. The next question I have is, how important is it for you to meet the people in person that you've talked to online?
For me, it's very important, to meet a person like Brent. It was amazing meeting him, because I've talked to him for years. Zornock, like I told you, I've talked to Zornock probably for like 15 years or more. And, to finally meet him in person was, amazing to me. Last year, I got to meet Wiggins. Wiggins is the reason why I got this ring, and I got to meet him in person. That was a blessing to me. It's different, talking over the internet and sharing knowledge and stuff, but boom, meeting people is even better.
I'm dying to know the answer to this next question.
That guy collected a whole bunch of snowflakes. That's the guy who asked that question.
I was Subway at the last Nationals.
There's a story there.
Yeah. When Kirby's asking.
It was good, but did you find that Willy Washington guy?
Oh,
the
funny.
Things that happen at Nationals.
Because I remember, when me and Willie got to meet, it was first, we were up in Zornock's room, and you and Mike were sitting there talking. I was like, you wouldn't by any chance be Mr. Willie, would you? You'd be like, who's asking? So it was perfect. It was like, that's great.
I swear that was Atlanta, not Charlotte, when the first time you guys.
Yeah, it was Atlanta.
You said Charlotte.
I thought it was Charlotte because conventions are moving at light speed anymore, it seems like. It's like we were just in Columbus and now we're going back to Atlanta again. So it's like, wait, what? What happened to Charlotte,
Let's not talk about Charlotte.
Charlotte was fun.
Well, the track was fun. Hall of Fame was fun. The layout of the hotel was not fun.
No, the layout of the hotel was a nightmare. So, but everything else was fine. So,
all right. Where is a place you would like to go to a show at? That you haven't been to before.
I haven't been to a show before. don't know. Probably be somewhere out of the country.
That's always my answer.
Do something different. Probably I don't know. Probably Venezuela. If I don't have any Venezuela, I need some of those in my collection.
If you find any 380 SELs, they have a dog in the rear window. That guy right there, his name's Brent. He needs them.
I have every one that's ever been made and 5 that weren't, and including some of them that I'm the only one that's I've ever seen. So,
Oh man.
But Hawaii, yes, I would love to. If there was a show in Hawaii, I'd love to go back there. But yeah, I've heard stories about the Japan conventions just being unbelievable. Chris said he goes, yeah, they're a lot of fun, but they're shorter, so you get everything you need to do done right away. And that's why he said they're fun. But the travel to get out there, he said it was kind of hard because the layovers, got to change flights, and then if you're taking something, like, please don't break.
Wow.
Yeah, but I would think, overseas somewhere, like the MATCHBOX Germany convention would be, I think, kind of cool. The Malaysian convention, Diecast Expo, I think is what it's called. That would be cool too.
Right.
But yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm saving question 8 for the last, because question 8 is a eternal debate right now. So Brent should know what that question is.
Oh, I already know. I read them. I know exactly which one it is.
All right. What diecast brands do you collect besides Hot Wheels? Or that you like?
That I like? I like to see other ones, but I don't own any that, for my personal collection.
Mm-hmm.
I might buy something to open, or I might buy something on a whim that I like, but I really Hot Wheels it for me. Even as a kid, I didn't do Matchbox.
Nice.
Hot Wheels. I mean, I don't know why. I'm just like that, but it's just weird to me because I see so many amazing stuff out of there, out of other brands, but just I'm always drawn to Hot Wheels. And I'm getting a Hot Wheels tattoo soon.
There you go. It's not the same without the flame, I guess.
Not at all.
All right. Let's see here. What is your favorite color of Hot Wheel?
Favorite color is going to depend on the casting, but I like a lot of green ones. Green is my favorite color, though, but I like a lot of green ones.
That's got to get liberated at some point.
Yeah, I have a lot of green on my walls.
Nice.
That's what's fun is that whenever I'm off in space, I'm just looking around at my walls. So
why green though?
I don't know. Just green's just my favorite color. I'm just attracted to green stuff, and I don't know. I think cars look. I like a lot of. To me, you don't see a lot of greens out there like you used to. So I like greens. You will probably see more reds, blues, and blacks than anything. You don't really see a lot of yellow, but I mean, I see more yellow than I see greens.
I like my green on 20s and 100s and 5s and 1s.
Don't we all?
I don't get to see those. Those go to Hot Wheels. So
the same here.
Yeah.
So let's see who had that here. I don't know where that one came from, but do you still go out hunting for new cars? Was the question.
No, I do not. If I'm at a store, I would look. And honestly, I've left supers that didn't appeal to me, but I'm not into selling. I trade, but if it's something I like, I'll pick it up. But I just don't have to be at the store. But my old lady does more shopping than I do, and lately she's been on this, getting it delivered, and I'd rather go in the store myself. But she's happy, so I'm happy. I can't complain.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
that was from Eddie.
So Lincoln's Toy Show wants to know, what's a rough estimate of what's in terms of total pieces in your collection, if you're willing to share that?
I have close to 90,000 Hot Wheels in my collection, and it
Wow.
out of that 90,000, about 70, a little over 70,000 are unopened.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, I'm just. I thought I had a lot.
No, something's really wrong with me. I've got stuff in our other house, and my niece stays in the other house, and she's weird. She don't like people to come over. Her husband's a cop, so it's
Perfect place for him.
yeah.
Again, Lincoln's Toy Show wants to know if you're going to go for that pink Barbie vet.
I have to see it in person, to be honest. But like my girl, she might buy. If I find one, I know I'm gonna get one for her. But right now, the only new thing I'm after is the Boulevards. If it's the Boulevards, the Impala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm after. That's the only thing I'm really after right now.
Which Impala? Oh, the 90.
The 96, man.
Yeah.
I have one. I just don't have it yet. A friend of mine found one for me, so I've got one. I just don't have it yet.
I've missed on that one so far. That is a pretty car, by the way. That 96, they did whoever did that did a very good job. So, yay to them. Let's see here. Is there an item you want but don't have yet? I think there's several on that list.
There's a bunch on that list. I don't have any Venezuela's pieces, so I definitely want that in my collection. One hot item on my list right now that I want is the red Mexican airport rescue. That is, I had a chance to get it, but somebody else who collects that casting better, more than I do, I decided not to bid, so that person had a chance to get it. I regret it, but I don't regret it,
But that's what friends do for each other.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. So be on the lookout for a Mexican Red Rescue Ranger. And we were talking about that Airport Rescue.
Airport Rescue Red.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the big truck with 8 wheels, right?
4 with 8 wheels on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
And there's no tampos on it either, correct?
No tampos and Malaysia base.
Malaysia base. There we go.
I don't know if I have
details.
One. Just
it's all about the details.
Just a regular one, not obviously the high end one. I thought I had one.
All right.
To show as a reference.
Have you ever been disappointed with anything in the hobby?
Yeah. People getting taken advantage of. That's very disappointing to me because I'm one of them people that how I grew up, if I say something, I mean it, so there ain't no changing it back. There ain't no, for me to sit here and say, oh, I have this car, but never show it, that's just something I hate, because, you need to help people, not try to feel like you're better or try to impress people. A lot of people say that when I show stuff, I'm showing off. I don't feel like I'm doing that. I'm just sharing. That's how I feel.
You're teaching.
Yeah. I was going to say, for some folks, they may never get an opportunity to see anything that close up in a good picture. I mean, I remember when Bruce was on and he showed us the pink beach bomb.
Right.
Yeah, I was having a senior moment. I was in shock because I had never. Yeah, you see it on TV. And I was like, okay, that's TV.
Right.
But to see it like that up close, and that's what we need. We need to have more of that items being shared because it's going to make people go, oh, yeah, I'm going to try to find that. Okay, so we have another. Oh, go ahead.
I remember when Bruce was bidding on that back when it was for sale. And the auction didn't make it to what the reserve was, and Bruce ended up getting it anyway, which was pretty good.
Nice.
It definitely had the right home.
Yes, it does.
William from Lincoln's Toy Show says we need more collectors like you. I would have to agree with that comment.
Mm-hmm.
How many of your favorite casting do you have?
Ooh. Well, one of my things is blue cards, and I have blue cards alone. I have, I'm counting like card variation as well. I've got over 3,000 blue cards.
Wow.
And I'm still missing some. That's why my book's not done.
I got one.
There's going to be a Washington book. That's going to be cool.
There's an exclusive. Willie's putting out a book. That's awesome.
I'm doing a book on blue cards. Everything's based off of my collection. I can have it done. Basically, I'm on chapter 7. I think I got like 6 more chapters to go.
Wow.
Nice. I can't wait.
That's going to be awesome because blue cards are still readily available if you know where to look. It's not like hunting all the variation of blackball cards out there. Blue cards are a finite thing. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, because they're not making them anymore, and as you pointed out, a lot of people are after the new latest and greatest, the supers and the boulevards and the chases and the treasure hunts and stuff. But you go backwards a little bit, you start getting into some really epic stuff that a lot of people pass over because they don't know anything about them, and that's where a book like yours would come in handy. So
it's like Corey Spencer wants to know if you do customs.
No, I do not. I might buy some if I like them enough, but I do not do customs at all.
Nice.
I just leave them as they are, to be honest. Or I might pay somebody to make me a custom, but I just don't.
I'm not very good at it, so
I'm all right at it, but I'm more of a purist. I like to leave them the way Mattel sent them out. That's just something I've always kind of had. I mean, this is what happens when I start customizing cars. This isn't play aware. I want to make it look like it's a road, like a Mad Max car. So that's what I did. So
I thought you wanted to put it in a crusher. That's what it looked like to me.
Nope, it's Mad Max.
Okay, so we are on to the last question, the one we saved. This is a very, very big debate in between him and I right now. We're even keeping score on this.
You're writing it down, right? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
We're tied at 2.
This is good because it's a new question. That's right.
What is the correct way to face your car, driver's side or passenger side, if you were going to put some out loose?
If you're going to put them, put them loose?
Yeah.
If they're loose on display.
They're loose on display. I always face mine's passenger side. That's what
no.
Yes.
No.
That's how they go. Passenger side. That's all of my cars are passenger side. So.
Well, I mean, that's blue card, so, majority of them face that way. But
yep.
Yeah. That's the debate we keep coming up to, is because he says, well, that's how they came in the car. And I'm just like, nobody wants to see the passenger. Everybody wants to see the driver going with their arm out and doing, yeah.
No, because normally the good-looking ladies are on the passenger side. So. No one wants to look at me. Look at her. She look.
But what if they're driving?
Which is
we could go over to that side, but
yeah, we can merge back around.
9 times out of 10, she's not going to be pushing somebody's Chevelle.
Exactly.
Well, folks, we have come to the end of our questions for the night. We really don't have anything else left to do except rip up some cardboard if you want to join us tonight.
I got mine's kind of lame tonight, but I'm excited because I saw a picture of this one and I really wanted to open it. So
well, let's start off with the lame then.
All right, because it's brand new. It is number 13 of 22. It's the 1953 Ford Cabover in Matchbox. I'm a big semi 18-wheeler guy, so anytime I can find a really cool truck that's new to me, it's always kind of neat to snatch one up. And when I seen this one, and I actually saw it in the store, and I didn't have to buy a secondary market. I was very happy with that because I didn't have to buy it. I wish it did something. I wish like opening hood or tailgate or something, but still, that's cool. I like the big wheels. It's nice blue metallic. It's got the old retro Matchbox logos. It's a good looking truck. I like it.
All right. Well, I'll go next, and we'll let Willie go last because what he's got is pretty awesome. I just got this little old lowly convention car from the 8th Nationals. It's a Gangster Grin number 3 of 5, 1 of 3,000. This is even before the cool stickers. It's just begging to be opened. We don't need these.
I don't know why he does that because then he's got to go pick it up. So. I do like the Gangster Grin. It's a good. It's an underrated car.
It's a Merc or a Ford.
Yeah.
So it's all ready to be pushed. All right, Willie, it's up to you. Finish us off for the night. Oh my!
I need something for my open display case anyway.
There you go.
Now, the significance of that car is what? What makes that one so special?
Black wall. They're normally white wall, but there's even tougher variation on this. There's a gray plastic base that's black wall. I only have one of those.
And I've never seen a black wall version of that car. I have one in my destroyed collection though, but it's a white wall version.
That's what I have too. Well, thank you guys for joining us tonight and sharing some time with Mr. Willy Washington, Diecast Hall of Famer. We appreciate you being on. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, Willie.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an honor.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Most definitely.
You are welcome to come back anytime if you'd like. All right, folks, that's all we got for tonight. Say bye-bye.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks. Take it easy.